Hey, what is up guys, this is Cobb, and if you want to skip straight into the gameplay, just skip about like, I don't know, 50 seconds into the video, and you'll be straight there, but for now, this is the talent build that we're currently running. As you can see, it is the happy little Soulfire build, where we spec into Roaring Blaze, so that our conflag rate is giving us that extra 25% Soulfire damage. Soulfire, all buffed up, feels really, really powerful now to get these off. If they crit, it can just lead to a free win, which... you're going to see one of those, minor spoiler, you're going to see one of those coming up in just a little bit. I'm also foregoing Grimoire of Sack and Scalding Flames, just to try out a more direct damage style build, where we're still investing a bunch of points into Ritual of Ruin, Master Ritualist, and the good old Avatar of Destruction. Is it better than the Scalding Flames and Grimoire of Sacrifice build? I don't know, probably not, but it's what I'm playing in these clips, man. So if you like the looks of it, then the link to the build, the code down to the build, which you can import, is down below in the video description. Let's get into the games. And alright, game number 1, starting with a round number 2 against an Assassination Rogue team. So it's this kind of lobby where I'm thinking to myself, like, man, are we really gonna run the Soulfire build here against this shit? Is it really worth? Am I even gonna get to free cast, right? Yeah, the answer's no, dude. We just get trained by this Assassin Rogue for like 80% of the game or something. And we actually called to target the Balance Druid, which in hindsight, I don't know, I don't like so much, I guess. I feel like I can't really do anything to him while the Rogue's sitting on my face, whereas the Rogue, at least if he's hitting me and he's the melee, I feel like I can pull him out of position. I can pull way back into our starting room and stuff like that, right? And kind of force their healer to come out a little bit. Hindsight's a son of a gun, you know? I should have spoke up about that. Anyways, yeah, we went for a Soulfire there in a double coil, and just because of mind numbing, I guess we're just not able to even get off one Soulfire in a double coil, you know? Totally waste my unending resolve here, by the way. I see the smoke bomb go down, I'm thinking, holy fuck, they're about to do some huge damage on my ass. So I put my shield wall here, my unending resolve, at the same time as my priest fear bombs the rogue. So like, I didn't need that shit at all, I didn't realize my priest was so close, and then for some reason I get a pain suppression as well. It's just overall a really, really feels bad lobby, and we're out of defensives really, really fast. Use my gate here. I don't know, dude. I feel like, why didn't I just portal instead? I could have saved that CD, you know? Yeah, it's just really, really fucking rough going with this build when you're being trained by a melee, you know? And even one Assassination Rogue feels like it is able to shut your damage down. Which really, really sucks. I mean, look at how much fucking danger I'm in right now. That was just like pure damage. Forcing CDs there. I'm only able to get one case bolt off as well in the double coils as well before we kicked. That's a big advantage of running the Soulfire, by the way. If you go for like a Soulfire burst like that instead of a case bolt, and you just replace your case bolt with the Soulfire whenever you can. Even if you get kicked on the Soulfire, it only locks you out of your fire school, obviously. Whereas if you get kicked on case bolt, it's like, bro, you can't cast anything, right? You might as well be blanket silence for 5 seconds or whatever. So yeah, even if you get kicked on the Soulfire, you can actually still cast, I think you can still even cast a Chaos Bolt, dude. Which is kind of crazy, right? So get kicked on Soulfire, cast Chaos Bolt. Not a bad deal. So we're going to throw off a couple of Chaos Bolts here. This is obviously my ult Warlock, so my Bolts of Chaos are doing way, way less damage. I want to point out here, by the way, that this Chad Rogue actually Cloak of Shadows'd off my Amplified Curse of Weakness. Like, Amplified Curse of Weakness is so powerful, by the way. A lot of you guys are actually recommending that shit to me down below in the comments. Y'all are right, man. It's fucking crazy. It's really good. When you know you're about to take, like, a shitload of damage from a melee, and you see him looking at you and you feel the swap coming, just drop an Amplified Curse of Weakness so that they cannot land critical strikes. It's really, really powerful. This Chad cloaks that shit off. So now I'm in full fucking panic mode. Oh my god. I have a lot of rifts here. I feel like I should have just dropped them at this point. On the Balance Druid while we had a little bit of a, I think it was a leg sweep on the enemy healer. And as you can see, the fucking Druid nearly goes down. I'm desperate here to land double coil because I have the Havoc up on the Rogue, but the goddamn Balance Druid is just out of range of my coil, so I'm like, fuck it, single coil the Rogue just to heal, bro. Obviously, it's just desperation plays at that point. And it was just a really fucking bad round, okay? I played terrible. It is what it is. Shit happens. Now, I don't know if this Resto Druid that's on my team right now, Chaz, is actually the real Chaz, you know? Absolute Chad esports god and all of that. Sinister Gladiator, man, so he could be. And McLovin here gets a little bit cocky, which, there we go, man. Sorry, Chaz. McLovin is going 6-0 over here. Speaking to himself in the third person and all of that, you know what I'm saying? And a quick spoiler, man. Things don't end 6-0 for Mr. McLovin. So, if you please, let me skip ahead to, I think it's round 4 or 5? So this is the one, dude. This is the one, man. Kill the Assassination Rogue, calls the priest, and I'm like, yes. I fucking agree. I should have spoke up about that sooner. I feel like rogues die really, really easily. So we're playing with the balance druid here, man. And yeah, this round goes a little bit different. Now, we're actually against double melee here. So it's still going to be really, really rough. I see them popping all of their shit on me just now. But it's actually a fake swap. And that's something that I want to point out, by the way. When that blue shit drops on the ground from the Windwalker Monk, I've like conditioned myself to just think, oh my god, he's popping everything on me, right? Blue shit goes down. I'm about to fucking take huge damage. But he actually did this earlier on in the game as well, where this is where it's kind of useful to spot like the play patterns and stuff of your opponents, and it's something that I'm trying to get better at. He did this on like round 3 or something, where he looked at me, put blue shit on the ground, I panicked and instantly used my Dark Pact, and then he didn't even look at me. He like punched me once and then went on my fucking healer immediately, you know, just baiting out my CDs, getting like maximum value out of his blue shit by making me shite myself. This time, we don't fall for it, man. And they actually Korean swap off of me and swap straight onto the balanced druid. Now, I've seen a few people saying that the one talent point that, you know, some people put into the infernal stun is a waste. Or you can just skip the infernal, you know, you don't really need the shard generation. It's only a 2-second stun on a 3-minute CD. Is it really that good? Yes, it is. Look at this, man. Oh, infernal stun into Shadow Fury, completely peeling the smoke bomb. That to me is so fucking useful, dude, and that's just like one edge case. The Infernal Stun does not DR with any other stun in the game. To me, it's extremely fucking powerful, dude. So, yeah, peeling smoke bombs whenever enemies stack up, dude. Infernal Stun into Shadow Fury, land a fear off of that or something. It's so strong, dude. Now check out McLovin, man. 6 wins my ass. Here comes the double coil. Soulfire. Ugh! And he's fucking gone from the video game, dude. Absolutely ridiculous, man. That's worth a replay right there, man. Oh my god. Oh. The Soulfire damage bottle line. Watch my arena frames right now. Watch the arena frames. Oh. Fucking gone, dude. Dude, I was laughing so hard when that shit went down. That shit was crazy as hell. So yeah, balanced druid base. You can see me actually checking my details add-on right there. Like, what the fuck did I just do? I only created about 160 something K with that Soulfire, which is like pretty low. This Warlock has like 5 pieces of blue gear, one of which is like a well PvP gloves. So yeah, it's a pretty undergeared Warlock. It's why my numbers aren't really quite as high as the numbers in yesterday's video. Obviously, when I was playing on Cobrak, playing on my main, pushing that old 2600, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, last round, 6 of 6. We're just trying to go even at this point. It's been a really, really tough lobby. Sling off a huge Soulfire there, 83k damage, non-crit on the Druid. And we're able to free cast a lot here. It looks like they've decided that they're just going to sit the rogue for most of this, so that's fine by me. Going to spam out some fears onto the Monk, just as my CDs are resetting a little bit. And this is something that I want to point out as well, boys, is that you can see me spamming Amplified Curse of Weakness here, by the way, on the rogue again. Boom. That's a happy little macro that I'd recommend everybody just make. All of your cases, you can just macro with the Amplify, and 9 times out of 10, it's just the right play to do. Unless it gets reflected or something, in which case feels terrible. But so yeah, this is something that I want to talk about really, really fast as well. It's an interesting kind of fluid topic to help like min-max your damage, right? I would normally be saving my Havoc cooldown for when my Mortal Coil is back in 14 seconds or less, because that means that while the Havoc is active, my coil is going to come back, because Havoc lasts 15 seconds, right? However, if you're not the guy being focused and you're confident you can do a fucking shitload of damage, which I am in this lobby because they're not looking at me, I'm actually a big advocate of just throwing out the Havoc early and just cleaving out the dam. So you can see I Havoc up here straight away, we drop a Rift, and they're just going to kind of take it. We're looking right on the end of the clone here, dude. And this is another thing too. You can see that I'm at 7 stacks of Ritual of Ruin here. I'm always looking up and checking my stacks. I should probably get an add-on to do it, but at this point I've got used to just like checking my stacks very, very reflexively. So what I'm going to do here is actually Chaos Bolt and Shadow Burn, just to perfectly land on the 10 stacks so that I get the quick cast Chaos Bolt. And you can see we're just landing a stupendous amount of cleave damage here. And it feels good, and it just opens up both targets as kill targets. So I'm fucking happy, dude, man. This is my kind of lobby, man. I'm pretty glad that they're not training me. That feels grand. because it lets me show off clips like this where I get to free cast a lot, you know. The Havoc is coming back up again here. There it is on the Monk. And once again, we can just free cast, man. Double coils here. I'm going for the Soulfire. I see the Druid coming in. I know that he's going to stun me up. I'm just ready to shrink this immediately. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm landing this damage, okay? Toss out some huge Soulfires, man. They're cleaving up like crazy. And yeah, it just feels grand. We actually get our CS juked here by the Tranquility, so we missed the kick on the Druid. I see that they're swapping on me. I'm instantly going to ban out a Gateway because I know that I'm out of range of my Demonic Circle. I should have set that shit up. Turns out, I ported way too far away. Look at me running in, man, like a fucking peasant. They're basically dead. They could have died sooner than this, but it's all good. By pushing in, we're still able to lend the full fear on Chas. And bam, we're able to finish off the kill. Quite nicely, man, and scrape by a rating unchanged, which is always lovely when you start the fucking lobby by going 0-2. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, cool. Alright, so this next lobby is one that I want to show because it is very, very melee dominated. I think this was even for my promotion game, actually, dude. And yeah, I don't think we even get off a single Soulfire in either of these games, or if we do, we get off like one, and it's very, very inconsequential. Yeah, it just goes to show that the entire build doesn't rely on the Soulfire, though. You can still do stuff outside of that shit, and I think that is worth showing off. So, obviously, we're going to be focusing down the red. We get the Hodge here, so I'm going to use my shield immediately. We have Demon Hunter on our team, so I know the damage is going to be absolutely nutty. We're trying to get off some shit here. We get kicked, feels bad. We're just in live mode at this point in time, and I'm trying my best to kind of pull the red into a position where he's going to be losing his healer, but his healer dives in alongside of us. We portal the fuck out. We see a bit of CC go down on the Monk. So that gets out the happy little bubble. So I'm going to switch some rifts over onto the Hunter. But they're going to line of sight me like goodens here, man. The Hunter gone. Bubble is ending on the pallet. Not bubble, but the cocoon. You know what I'm saying. So once again here, all I'm trying to do, by the way, with my positioning, is pull the Red Paladin back into such a position where... Okay, I skipped way too far backwards. As soon as I see the Red Paladin is coming in for me again, all I'm doing is trying to make a triangle between like me and my two sides of my gateway and where I'm pulling back to, which is going to be like back here. And I'm just going to try to keep him in the open as much as possible. Obviously, we don't want to be dancing around the pillars with a melee, because then that means that as soon as they get in trouble, they can instantly just, well, start line of sighting, where you don't really want that to be happening. So I'm kiting around in the open here, as you can see. We're going to drop down some damage here. We miss our fucking spell lock on the goddamn healer, which sort of sucks, but we do juke up his kick with the unending resolve. And they're able to land some pretty decent damage. I'm pretty sure we actually land a huge case ball barrage a little bit later on in this game as well, but I can't remember if it's quite enough. So we take some stupendous damage. I have my double coils up again, and oh, look at this camera angle. You got a fucking love ring of peace, dude. Oh my god, I can't see anything that's going on right now, but... Either way, man, we get up the Havoc, we coil both, and we're able to spam off a couple of bolts here. Swollen damn. The pallet actually does not have bubble, but he's able to loss us right at the end there. Feels really, really bad. Fuck, man, I did such a bad job as well of kicking this Monk. Can I just say, I feel like I missed almost every kick. One thing I do here, another thing that I'm trying to remember to do more often, is actually push in with an amplified case of exhaustion on a healer before I go for a fear. Just to kind of guarantee that you're going to land that shit and they can't kite out. Obviously, a Monk can do things like roll away still, but whatever, man, it works out on this case. We're not able to get that much work done, however, in this. I am desperately just trying to survive at this point. The goddamn bubble goes down, but it feels like, honestly, it feels like our kill potential, our kill window has kind of come and gone. I'm at the point of the game now where I just have no CDs and I'm just using shit to peel for myself here. During that Shadow Fury, I go for a fear and I land that fear. However, I don't actually cast it on the healer. I cast it on the Hunter instead. Just thinking, man, I just gotta try to live a little bit. He gets dispelled like fucking instantly, man. So yeah, we're in trouble again immediately here. I'm hoping to God I'm gonna die. My fucking Disc Priest is backpedaling a little bit, which is never a good sign. And now our Demon Hunter's angry. It's like, oh, fucking hell, dude. So yeah. Tough ass round. Could I play better? Yeah, of course I could, man. There's always goddamn room for improvement. And so we're going for win number 4 here now in this final round, because it would suck to go 3-3 again. You know what I'm saying? 2 games in a row, man. All these games we played were back-to-back. So once again, as you can see with my positioning here, man, I'm just trying to kind of tempt them into a spot where they are forced into the open. We land the double coils, very lovely. And immediately, dude, we get the fucking cocoon out. from just one little bit of CC there and double coils on the deeps. So yeah, that feels grand. The only way out here is my gateway. I'm running away from it there a little bit, so that's a good fucking grip. I don't know what the hell I was doing there. I actually reset my gateway here, so it's running on the inside. I'm just gonna spam some fears now because the fucking the killed opportunity is over anyways, you know. Either which way, we do have the cocoon out, so I'm gonna get away from this son of a gun. I think we land some huge swollen. This is another reason, dude, I love Infernal so much, man. So I get bubbled on here. This is actually really fucking good back here from the Paladin, by the way. Red Paladins out there who are struggling. This is the kind of awareness you need, man. Check this out. Look at the healer on my focus frame, man. I swear to God, he gets instantly kicked by me here. Bam. Gets fucking kicked, put into a scatter. Instantly, the red is gone. He's fucking out of there, man. Like, that's how it's going to be for a Red Paladin. And by the way, that's a really good example as well as to why I'm trying to pull melees into the open as much as I can. I'm very, very close to the pillar here, and so as a result, as soon as we land something on the healer, bam, the red's gone behind the fucking pillar, dude. It's like, if I was more in the open there, obviously it's much, much more difficult for him to do that. So, all of these clowns stack up now, so we drop a happy infernal stun. Fucking love this goddamn talent. Some people don't use it. I don't know, dude. I think it's insane. We land shitload of stuns off of that too, and get both the bubble and the Mistweaver's trinket, man. So, very, very good shit. I'm going to double coil for myself here. Again, we're pulling the melees into the open, as you can see. I know the Paladin's in some big trouble, so I'm just dropping both of my rifts on this guy now. We get kicked on the Soulfire. That's it. Actually, let me just see this, man. So we get kicked on Soulfire, we can still cast the Chaos Bolt, right? Even though Chaos Bolt is technically fire and shadow, if you get kicked on the Soulfire, look at that. I'm not locked out on Chaos Bolt, dude. Well, that confirms it, man. I did think it worked that way, but that confirms it without a doubt. There you go. So, we get a kick on the monk here. The Paladin really has no cooldowns at this point, and bam! There we go, lads. There's the build in action. So, hope you all enjoyed it. Give it a try if you so please. I'm pretty sure that the sack build and the Scalding Flames, like immolate extra damage build, is probably a little bit more viable, but, well, there you go, man. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by, and I shall catch all of y'alls just a tad bit later.